To do great work that scales in value in various other, you need to make something that's used by a great deal of individuals. You don't make money for the hours you put in, however, for the value you developed. That's why you shouldn't look to be paid by the HR. Your objective is to be spent for what value you're producing that liberates time to do various other things, while likewise maximizing your output in the long run. Time billionaires are those that recognize exactly how important their asset is, how much your wealth they can produce with it, as well as how they can take advantage of it every day. Today, currently, lectures Are You Time Billionaires? We wish you located some worth in this video, as well as for truth lectures that seen till completion. We have a bonus. This is something we gained from Nepal, Ravi material. We find it fascinating. Set an inspirational hourly price on your own. Envision your time deserves, allow say $1,000 a HR. And every time you do something that requires time, believe to on your own, is this worth $1,000 a HR? Should I keep doing this or change to something more valuable? Obviously, this is a bit of a drastic technique to truly squeeze every ounce of value from your time. However, it's an intriguing point to keep in mind every so often. Much Warren Buffett deserves, and that's how old he is right currently, as well as he would happily trade places. Few. Money has no energy. Time, as you informed me, to me being a time billionaire indicates having more than 32 years left to live, or over 1 billion in second. It's the scarcest source. Everyone begins with some, as well as everyone ends up with zero in completion, and the even more time you're alive, the extra costly time obtains. If you're 20, you would probably trade 5 years of your life for $1 million. But what would you trade 5 years for if you just have 5 years left to live? What has financial resources as well as the other lives sources are society, overworks the former, but undervalues the latter. This idea is remarkable, since anywhere you look, a paper billionaire will certainly always wish to trade locations with a time billionaire. So what would certainly your life appear like if you TC on your own as a time billionaire? The largest point that youngsters battle with contextualizing time. Envision you look at your S similarly. You consider bucks in the financial institution matter. Yet every time the clock ticks, an adverse one appears. Young people overlook time since they have so much of it. A day gone doesn't suggest anything when you're 22. Yet what happens if you would check out your time the same way an investor looks at their money? Think. In 1881, Otto von Bismarck made a decision that changed the method the whole world functions in order to resolve unemployment amongst youngsters. He made a decision to pay old people to simply quit working to include the next generation. This is how the concept of retirement was birthed, and every government in the world followed suit. Pertained to question what would certainly be the a whole lot when they involved seniority. Things is back then, individuals made use of to live until about 60 years of ages old, as well as this retirement began after someone got to 70. There was a quite high opportunity you would work until you died. Anyways, today people live well right into their 80s. Yet, we still utilize the same outdated retired life system. For many, having a career means chasing after cash to have sufficient for retired life. And the huge dream is to have billions of dollars, right? However, you see, most billionaires today would happily trade places with one more type of billionaire, a more typical one at a time billionaire. Welcome to a Lux. Let's talk numbers. Individuals do not really comprehend just how much a billion in fact is. A million secs indicates around 12 days of billion seconds is extra, like 32 years currently. Would you suggest to have $100 billion? Certainly, you would. However, would certainly you also suggest that cash if it implies you're currently 91 years old? Because that's just it. Such as this, every wonderful investor uses their best property for future gains. That property can be money, experience, connections, and so forth. For a young person, that biggest possession is time. A time billionaire can make an estimate that's impossible to make for Warren Buffett. Time billionaires can make a long-term financial investment, one that pays off in 10 to 20 years. They can manage to be person when you increase your time horizon throughout decades. Also, the tiniest investment now, since your road is truly lengthy, can suggest an entire lot down the roadway. You can also recuperate from any setbacks. You can mess up big time at an early stage and still have sufficient time to recuperate. There's no point of critical well here. Absolutely nothing is big enough to totally destroy you. You can place a great deal of tires into activity and free up time for yourself. You can take care of the future and today. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is just how much time you need to do things you actually intend to provide for. Some things they desire is hanging out on private yachts for others. It's hanging out with friends as well as for a couple of it hanging around with buddies on a luxury yacht, but they all require you to be wealthy time. Riches is the new measurement of success. Currently, right here are some points to maximize your time consistency. Every little thing, whatever you do, if you do it constantly enough for an extended period of time, amazing points will take place. As well as imagine you take a short 20-minute run on a daily basis for the following 5 years. What would that do for your wellness?